Whether you're a coach, a healer, a therapist, a massage therapist, or just an empath who's out there doing good in the world, whether you're officially a healer or not, you are a healer if you're an empath or a light worker, whatever you want to call it. One of the most critical things that you can do for yourself is making sure that you have a solid nighttime ritual to be able to clear out energy that you've accumulated through the day, whether you're working with clients or patients, or you've just had a tough day, wandering around, you picked up other people's energy, and also being able to check in, make sure that your own energy is really clear. And finally, to be able to kind of clear things out and be able to sleep. So I find that when I have healers, coaches, therapists, massage therapists, etc., who come to me and they're in a very exhausted, burned out state, they have never been taught the importance of a night ritual to clear things out. And I like to think of it, we were all taught you need to wash your face, brush your teeth, maybe take a shower or bath before bed. And that's just part of our sort of daily self care, right? Daily keeping ourselves clean and healthy, right? We don't think about the fact that as empath healers, we need to keep our energy healthy. And by keeping our energy healthy and clean, we are able to stay healthier and more energized and be able to help more people than we might be if we don't do that. So if you're finding yourself constantly waking up in the morning more and more and more exhausted, it's very likely that you just don't have a process right now to be able to disconnect, to kind of clean this energy out, and to be able to restore yourself. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Now, for a while, I didn't know that I should be doing this myself. Unfortunately, in most certifications and courses, training, no one's telling you that this is important, right? And so we go out there with our big hearts and we start working and healing and helping people, but we don't even know this is necessary. So, okay, so let's talk about your nighttime ritual. One thing that I find immediately that helps me is to make sure that I'm having a bath or a shower each night. And it's not just a relaxing bath or shower. What I like to see is that I'm allowing any negativity, anything that I picked up through the day, anything that is not mine to carry, and that's the main thing, not mine to carry. I'm seeing it either if you're in the bath, going into the water and then going down the drain, or I'm seeing it sort of washing off me in the shower. Okay. And I'm actually saying this is not mine to carry. Anything that's not mine to carry washes away from me and detaches from me. Okay. The next thing I do is I like to sit down at the end of the day. So I'll get in my PJs, get in bed, and I sit down and I will write out 5 things that I feel that I accomplished that day. So again, as empaths and as healers, oftentimes we don't think we're doing enough. I'm going to do another video on not thinking we're doing enough because that's something I've personally had to deal with so much. So sitting down and saying, okay, what did I accomplish today? And by accomplish, sometimes it's most of the time it is, who did I help today? What did I do today that made a difference in this world? So those of us that have these big hearts and that just really want to help the world, it's really important to make sure that we're paying attention and noticing the difference that we're making in that day. This doesn't mean only professionally. Did you do something and you helped your kid because your child came home and they were really upset over something and you were just really present and you were there for them in a way that gave them the space and the place to be able to express themselves and to feel loved. That's an accomplishment, right? The more that we can be present parents like that and help our kids feel that they're always loved and supported, we're going to raise people that are going to become adults that will make the world a better place, right? So take a look at, who did I help that day? Whose life did I make a difference in that day? That is an accomplishment. So write down 5 of those things, and that just oftentimes will help me certainly to center myself. Now, the next thing that you want to do is what I call a disconnect practice. So, you want to close your eyes. You can, this is a really good thing to do if you want to. You can use a kind of moisturizer and have it be like a scent that you really love, especially if you happen to be like an olfactory type person. So, that scent is great. And so, you can kind of rub that all over before you get going on this, almost imagining that you are creating like a new skin or a little bit of a protective barrier for yourself when you do that. So you want to lay in bed, close your eyes, and you want to bring all of your intention, all of who you are internally, and really focus in and imagine that you are thinking through your day. And then you're looking down as if you could see inside yourself, looking down and seeing, are there any cords of energy that are still connected to anything outside of yourself? So, especially as empath healers, we can become energetically connected, very much like cords plugging into us, like a power source. We can have things plug into us and we can plug into other people. So, for instance, when I'm working with a client, I open myself in such a way that I'm plugging into them so that I can really connect and really understand what's going on, really connect with the root cause so that I can do the best job I possibly can in genuinely being able to help them because I genuinely know what's going on. Okay. I bet you're doing that too. Whether or not you intentionally are doing it, I bet you're doing it too. So the other thing, we can't just have things plugged into us. We can be plugged into world events, right? There are world events that go on, that are going on even now, that we end up having a connection to, that we're constantly worrying. And so our energy is going out that way. The problem is when we keep having these things plugged into us, or we're plugging into other people or other things, other events, you're always in a state of being drained, basically. You don't have all your energy. I mean, even your cell phone has to go back on a charger sometimes, right? Like you can't have it always connected out. Okay. Sometimes has to be connected to a source of energy. So you want to actually just imagine that you are looking all over your body and seeing if there are any cords anywhere. And if there are, I personally like to almost imagine that I'm just pulling them out or pulling them out if I feel like it's a cord that's stuck into me. I'm imagining that I'm actually pulling them out. And each time that I do, I just simply say, I release you with love and with hope. I release us both, and we are both energetically clear, or we are both free. Okay. So you're pulling these things out. Now, in saying that, there may be things in your life that you are worried about because they are something that you're personally worried about. So I suggest in that situation, because oftentimes, and I did another video on why do empaths have insomnia, and this is related. I'll make sure that I post that or link that here. And so if you're happen to be dealing with insomnia, but one of the things that can be happening is I personally suggest that if you have things in your life that you are very worried about and that are not allowing you to rest and sleep, that you imagine or ask whatever higher power you believe in, whatever angels, spirit guides, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever your personal beliefs are is great. Ask that whatever protective force you believe in is looking out over those people as you rest so that you can rest that night. So sometimes I even have clients that I'm super worried about, and I will ask that, you know, my angels, my spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, are looking out after them, or that they are being guarded and protected by angels and spirit guides, right? So, or by what, again, God, whatever higher power you believe in, right? So that can help a lot because it just allows you to feel that you're not you can put down your responsibility just for the night. You're just trying to get some sleep. If you need to pick it up in the morning, you can. Okay. So that is another thing to be able to disconnect. The final thing I personally like to do is I do a body scan. Now, the body scan can be done in tons of different ways. If you've found a way that's awesome for you, then definitely do that. This is just the way that I personally do it. So I imagine that I am bringing all of my my entire being, my entire personality, almost like shrinking down. And I go down into the top of my head. And I imagine I'm almost like a little detective. And I have a light, like a flashlight. And I'm going through every part of my body, starting with my brain and looking around to see if there's any like stuck energy, any old wounds, any just junk that's there, that's worries, anxieties that I need to get rid of. For me, oftentimes when I see them in my mind's eye or the way I visualize them is kind of like they're like black tar or just kind of dark stuff that's kind of stuck. It feels like a blockage. I then imagine that I'm directing my flashlight. My flashlight is able to go 3 times as bright and 3 times as powerful, and it almost turns into like a laser that's burning them away or melting them away and just releasing out into the universe to go off and be something positive in the world, right? Imagining that it's like smoke just floating away from you. So I personally do that. And I imagine I'm almost like going down a little ladder and I'm checking out each part of like sort of section of my body, ears, nose, etc., all the way down into my heart, all the way down into my stomach. And I'm just clearing out. Now, this practice for me has been one that just helps so much, so tremendously of clearing out that energy and really trusting my own intuition as to where I might have some things that are still stuck within me. It's not always from the outside. It could be just critical thoughts I've had of myself. We can do those to ourselves all the time. And so I clear that out all the way to the bottom of my feet, just imagining it's all burning away, going away. Then I imagine that I'm putting up and a shield basically that goes out from the bottom of my feet all the way around my body, all the way like an egg, all the way around me. And I ask that it's whatever color that I need for that day to feel safe, protected, and energized. And in that case, overnight to feel safe, protected, and energized. Now, what I will suggest is there's going to be days where just that shield around you, as you know, little aura around you isn't going to feel like it's enough. And you may feel like I have many clients that are healers, therapists, coaches that maybe they have someone in their life that has a lot of negativity. And so I've had them actually fill up their room with that light so that there's a barrier in the room where that light is just infused with energy and power and purpose and joy and all good things and safety. And now it's covering the whole room. Okay. And so that can help tremendously if you do happen to be in a situation where maybe somebody in your house has a lot of negativity and you just kind of like need to be disconnected from that so that you can rest overnight and sleep. So hopefully those suggestions are hugely helpful to you. I will say in addition to that, you can imagine that you are putting even that shield all the way around your house if you feel like you need to. I actually did that in a hurricane I was in many years ago down in Florida, and take it for what it's worth, but we did have trees go down, but we were like the only ones in the neighborhood that the trees went down parallel to our house on all 4 sides. None of them landed on our house. Don't know that it was the shield. Might have just been luck, but doesn't hurt, right? So those are some suggestions for you. If you're an empath healer, a coach, a therapist, in whatever capacity, and you've seen this video and this is hugely helpful to you, I would love to hear if you try these steps in the evening, how they work for you, or if you have an evening ritual that you use right now to be able to recharge, disconnect, and get yourself ready and energized for the next day. I'd love to hear any of your suggestions as well. And if you liked this, please do like, share, and subscribe. It's a huge help to me. Also, please check the comments. I have a absolutely phenomenal, I'm very excited about, very proud of, really massive three-day, actually almost 4-day, because I'm sending a training on its own, masterclass, Radical Healing for Healers, 3 days to understanding the messages of your mind in your body, the messages of pain and disease, so that you can finally heal. Because oftentimes we as healers, we take on a lot of stuff and we're able to help heal other people, but sometimes we are kind of stuck and we have issues, like things going on that we're not healing. So this is going to be a very immersive event that will take you through the entire process. So in those days, You will get specific answers to exactly whatever the root cause is, whatever message your body is sending you in pain and disease, and you will know how to create a totally individualized healing transformation plan that will work specifically for you in the ways that you need it to, so that you can make these massive shifts. You can heal, and then you can go out and heal more people. If you're interested in that, check the caption below. We will have some information down there on that. Would love for you to join us. And again, it's totally free. This is extremely high level training that would normally be at least $300 just for the training. And I'm doing it for free just because if we can help heal more healers out there who can help heal more people, our world gets a lot better. So if that's something you're interested in, please check it out. Would love to have you there. Until next time, I will see you guys. Be in good health, be happy, healthy, and thriving, and I'll see you soon.